Hey, that's Nikos here, and we are going to do our weekly Forex outlook for September the 10th to September the 14th. So the markets are volatile, but there are some pairs that are just waiting for something. We expect news on the pound. So let's start first of all with New Zealand dollar yen. On the weekly chart, you'll see that it's a very trendy pair lately here, but the thing is that price is very close to major support. Let me just switch to the monthly quickly so we can see the next area of support is down here at the 69 area, I would say, more or less. And we also have major support right now, but because everything is still pointing down, we are focusing on the shorts. We have the lower lows and lower highs on the chart. On the 4 hourly, we have the daily, sorry, we have a nice trend line like this, but price is far away from this. So even if we change the angle, the last 3 or 4 touches, we still need to see the price coming back to this resistance line before we take any swing shorts or try to take advantage of a potential bounce here. Right now it's just close to major support, and we can only trade on lower time frames, still in direction of the main trend, and against it only if we have on the 1 hourly chart, let's say a 36 EMA break and a reversal setup over here, so we can take advantage of a retracement trade. That would mean that we then target the 36 EMA on the 4 hourly chart, or the extension of this trend line. And if that area breaks and price does not bounce here, we look for more setups afterwards, again to target the daily line using the 1 hourly chart or maybe our Renko charts or lower time frames, depending on what style you're focusing on. Now, GBP JPY, GBP CHF, and the GBP US dollar, they're all stuck a little bit. We have major support and resistance on all of those pairs, but most important is that we have the price creating a wedge on those 3 pairs. Like I show you on GBP JPY on the daily chart, you see the last week it's not going anywhere. Today, on Monday, I think today or tomorrow, I think today we have some news that might move those pairs connected to the pound. Again, here range and GBP US dollar also. So what we do, if you go to your 4 hourly chart, you just need to draw your little wedge. You can do this on all those pairs. Look at the 4 hourly. It's the same thing here. GBP CHF is actually moving a little bit. The GBP US dollar look 4 hourly. They all look more or less the same. They react in the same way. So we need to see a clean break and setups over here or below here. The same goes for GBP CHF and GBP JPY. If we get the setups, we can look for trades, and of course we use sorry, the trend line extensions as targets, horizontal support in this area. Down here is the next area of support if this breaks. So we are in favor of the shorts because it's just going down, but if it doesn't, this is what you do. You check for resistance areas on the higher time frame. 36 EMA could be about 140 points on GB CHF. On the daily chart cable, we have some resistance here, but it's probably too close, and later on up here, this and this area. So between 100 and about 250 points to start with. On the way down, it's easier because it is already a downtrend, and then we can look for areas like the previous lows in combination with this one later on down here. So it's far away. Make sure, as I said, to focus on the 4 hourly chart on those pairs and wait for those breaks, and then you can look for targets smoothly afterwards. The euro US dollar is also pointing down. We have a weekly short 1 2 3. On the daily it's kind of ranging, so we have this situation here, and we really need to see also break of this line for the shorts. For the longs, you can just draw on the 4-hourly chart a line like that, and then look for setup over here to target those highs or the horizontal line. Australian dollar, US dollar. We had our weekly 1 2 3 short 1 2 3. Since then it's really moving fast. Look at this. 1 2 3 on the daily chart. Another one testing the line, and now it's moving down. So we don't get in anymore, especially if we are swing traders. We need to wait for another retracement. If you want to follow still the direction of the main trend to get into the shorts and target probably the next lows down here, 69 area. So in this case you want to switch to the lower time frames, draw your volatility lines and trend lines. So here's the trend line on the 4-hourly, on the 1-hourly. You have another one closer to price action. This is about to break, so you have to see how it's reacting here, and if it's bouncing there and it's actually breaking those lows, you can get into the shorts using probably 50-minute charts or your Renko charts to get in there. Gbp Australian Dollar weekly. Look at that. It's actually quite simple. Resistance is here. Here's our break. I check my daily charts. On the daily we had already this explosion from last week, and we got more setups, steep setups that I'm not a fan of, but of course if the volatility is there, they work as nice as anything else. And right now it's still pushing up, it's ranging there, but it's still pointing up. It doesn't look short at all right now. So you can draw this and this little wedge there, and maybe find 50-minute setups for day trading. Otherwise, of course, you wait for the big retracements. Here's actually a setup right now over this wedge. So if this candle is closing, you have a long. For the swing traders, we need to see a retracement somewhere first. Okay, and then there's still the Euro Canadian Dollar, which is creating weekly short 1 2 3s, but it's retracing lately. Had a problem here. You can see the spike on the daily chart. The thing is, it's creating a long 1 2 3 on the daily, and it is kind of short on the 4-hourly. So you have to draw the trend line. If the price stays below here, you are short. If it doesn't, you have to wait for the price to break this resistance, and then you go long in this area. So on the 1-hourly chart, you'll see you have your short 1 2 3, but kind of rangy looking. So I'm not a big fan of this short right now. We need to draw a trend line like this and see if price is breaking. Okay, then you can go long. But if it's reacting really differently and it's moving down, then you want to do this and focus on the shorts again. Okay, perfect. There's also the Euro Yen, which has major support and resistance here. We have still lower lows and lower highs on the weekly chart, but on the daily, look at that. We have the shorts, but we have also a range, so we're not too happy with how that looks on those time frames. We need a retracement of 1 2 3, ideally on the 4-hourly chart, because if you draw the trend line on the 4-hour, you'll see we need this. We had that before. It didn't look nice here. Higher, first lower highs, then higher lows. So we really need a clean and clear setup to say, okay, we take the shorts in this area, in the profit zones if price is bouncing. And that's it. I'm not looking at more pairs. It's already enough. I just want to see what happens to GBP US dollar later on this week. Also, don't forget that we have our 3-day live Renko bar workshop running 20 pips for breakfast. I'll show you the links. Of course, you're also finding links below the video. But if you are at my homepage, Nico's Trading Academy, you just go to News and Events. And here you'll find it, 20 pips for breakfast, new online event starting tomorrow. Yeah, hope to see you all there. Enjoy the rest of the week. Like always, happy and healthy trading. See you soon and bye for now.